Jimmy Kimmel incident wasn't an isolated overreach. It was the opening move in FCC Chairman Brendan Carr's broader strategy to control American media. His Project 2025 blueprint, disguised as reform, actually creates a comprehensive censorship apparatus that threatens every platform where Americans communicate. Carr frames his agenda around taking down what he calls the censorship cartel of big tech platforms. But the Kimmel case exposes his real game, building a government-controlled censorship cartel that's far more dangerous than anything Silicon Valley ever created. While complaining about platform algorithms, he's demonstrating how regulatory pressure can silence dissent faster and more effectively than any content moderation system. His four stated priorities, reining in big tech, promoting national security, unleashing economic prosperity, and ensuring FCC accountability, sound reasonable in isolation. But together, they form a perfect storm for authoritarian control over information. The transparency rules Carr wants to impose on tech platforms aren't about accountability. They're surveillance tools. Once the FCC can demand internal algorithms and real-time content moderation decisions, they gain the power to pressure changes behind closed doors. Companies will self-censor rather than risk regulatory retaliation, just as Disney did with Kimmel. Meanwhile, his national security focus on platforms like TikTok establishes the precedent that any content the government dislikes can be framed as a security threat. Today it's foreign-owned apps, tomorrow it's domestic platforms hosting problematic political commentary. The genius of Carr's approach is its efficiency. He doesn't need formal censorship powers when informal pressure works so well. Disney's capitulation within hours of his Kimmel threat proves that regulatory intimidation is more effective than legal action. Companies can't afford to fight battles that might last years, while their business licenses hang in the balance. This creates a dual-front attack on free expression. Traditional broadcasters face license renewal threats, while digital platforms face transparency requirements that amount to content oversight. Independent voices get squeezed from both directions, leaving only corporate media giants who prioritize regulatory relationships over journalistic integrity. This isn't a partisan issue. The regulatory censorship apparatus Carr is building will outlast any single administration. Future Democratic FCCs will inherit these same tools, potentially using them against conservative media with equal effectiveness. Every precedent set today becomes tomorrow's weapon.